Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Stellar Tactics Prologue. This is by Maverick Games. That's Maverick Games. And it's in early access and been in early access for quite some time on Steam for currently $20 US. Now, I've been sitting on this game for a while. And I actually had to look it up to see if I had actually done a video on this at all, and I've never done a video on it. I have about 100 minutes at this point played in the game, but it's been over many months and moons and everything. And I think the thing that's kind of the reason I've waited so long is my eyes kind of glaze over in it because it's definitely an RPG through and through, and it's got the amount of bips and bobs that you would expect from like a Black Isle game, like a Baldur's Gate, or even like an old school Fallout kind of thing. And I'll show you what I mean here. So let's go into the new game, and we have to put a seed in. So I'll do 8675. 309, and I have to put a 0 at the end because it needs to be 8 digits. And we'll say create a main character and start on the Dauntless. After the Dauntless, you'll continue the game with the character. This is basically the tutorial area. Basically, you're starting in, kind of, sort of. The tutorial is really a menu, but you know, it's kind of helps with it. Or you can kind of skip that and just you'll miss out a few boss fights and some nice loot. But I'm gonna start from the beginning here. Generate the universe. And as we generate this, eventually the character creation thing is going to come up, and yeah, there's a lot of options. And again, I want to emphasize this is early access, so there's probably going to be a few bugs and flaws here and there, visual defects and stuff like that. But it's been in early access for a long time, so it's a pretty extensive game right now. I don't know if I'm going to get to the space portion of it. You start out on a ship, and it's very much ground combat. But there's also space combat and stuff. I definitely won't get into space combat because you're not decked out for it at the very beginning. But hopefully we'll get to the space stuff. I'm not sure. I kind of want to set everybody's expectations that I am in no way going to be able to really dig deep into this game. There's a lot here. Like, look at this screen and all the numbers. there's a whole lot here, and this is kind of where my eyes sort of glaze over, because there's so much stuff here that all I can really do is kind of like, you know, poke and prod at a few things and see if this works or that works. This is the kind of thing that you'd have to play many hundreds of hours of before you finally figured out the best way to do things.
Looks like that hurts. Shiny new armor.
Let's get some good faces going here. And I guess we'll go with him. Actually, that guy looks more my speed. So we got 7 points here. You got strength, agility, dexterity, endurance, charisma, perception, intelligence. Strength is for melee weapon damage, one and two-handed damage, and fist damage. It also applies a fixed bonus per point to your maximum hit points. I'm going to put a little one in strength there. So you see my hit points are now 39. Agility defines your ability to use melee weapons. It affects one-hand, two-hand, hand-to-hand combat damage, and your turn order initiative in combat. Agility determines your skill at dodging melee attacks. I might put a point in there just for the sake of argument. Dexterity affects many skills and contributes to the damage of all weapon types, both ranged and melee. It also affects your ability to hack computers and devices, craft complex items, and repair objects. It has an effect on initiative, which determines your turn order in combat. So both of these, agility and dexterity, determine your initiative. I want to kind of give this guy some rifle ability. You can see it actually tells you what skill it affects up here. So I'm going to go like that. Endurance. Actually, I'm sorry. This is. Excuse me. I misspoke. This has nothing to do with what's down here. Sorry. This is just what's selected up here. We'll get to that in a minute. Like I said, this screen just kind of makes my eyes bulge. Like everything's kind of crammed in here. So endurance will apply a bonus to your hit points. The bonus is fixed value per point applied regardless of level. Endurance defines your ability to withstand the rigors of combat and ideal frontline melee characters. We might not need that right now for our main character, but charisma, I'd like to give him a point of that, so better bargains and merchants with merchants and all that stuff. Perception is ranged weapon damage, increases your maximum range, chance to hit your enemy, and score a critical hit. I'm going to give him 1 point in that just for the sake of argument. And I'm going to give him 1 point in intelligence. It increases the speed at which you learn skills. It also affects your initiative, which determines your turn order and stuff. So there's like 3 things here that affect your initiative: agility, dexterity, and intelligence. So then over here you've got color-coded, what do they even call these? Skills, I guess. You're supposed to take, you've got 4 points for any of the blue skills to divide amongst the blue skills. And you got 4 points to divide against both the yellow and the orange. So I'm gonna put a point in rifles, and I'm gonna put a point in pistols. I'm gonna do explosives, and we'll say one-handed melee just for the sake of argument. Now we have 4 points to put in both yellow and orange, across yellow and orange. So I will put one in, I think we actually get a hacker on our team, so I'm going to put one into crafting, first aid, piloting, and we'll say mining. Mining, these are, I think, space things. These are ground and space, and then these are just your general skills with weapons and stuff. Mining will come into play if we make it to the to space. That is, we gotta give ourselves a character name, so we're going to go with the usual, and we will now start the game. And of course, as per any good RPG, we're going to have a lot of story, so I'm going to read to you the story as it pops up here. Unless there's voice acting, which there might be. I haven't had the audio on yet, so we'll find out. Arise, Master Chief, and report. Oh, sorry. Just felt like that was appropriate there. Okay, so this is basically your help, and I believe you can get this, at any time by pressing the H key. There's a lot of stuff here, friends. And it does actually pop up along the way, too, with the appropriate stuff like inventory and character, combat, and all that stuff. Now, anyone who's followed me for any length of time knows I don't like this type of help. It's nice to have it as a secondary thing, like if I ever needed to familiarize myself with stuff. But I'm more of a show me, don't tell me kind of person. But it is still early access and has been early access for a while, so I have to account for that. But you can see they go into ship's shields, mining ore, all kinds of stuff. I hope we get to space and ore mining and stuff, because that would be kind of nice. I know we're definitely not going to get into space combat. In fact, it even tells us, I think on here, right? It's like space combat is inevitable, but you don't want to do it until you've got some weapons and stuff. So it's like run away until you've got weapons, something like that. It says it's somewhere around here, but anyway, let's get the story going. Hello, Can you hear me? Shatner. Barely, you're breaking up. Damn it. Broken. Junk. Don't have any problems hearing you. That should do it. How about now? Oh, very good. I can see you now on the monitor. Much better. Exactly what is the situation? My name is Dr. Mortimer Ramus. Probably. You can call me Doc. I must apologize for your abrupt arousal. We have a most unusual circumstance. What triggered the emergency cryo-res? Well, you see, it was me. I did it. I triggered the emergency system. We have a problem. It seems there has been a phage outbreak, normally something we could handle. However, this time is a little more complicated. What is a phage? I wonder. 1 minute. Yes, I see you have minor neurological damage. Likely nothing serious. I suspect over time you will recover. To answer your question, phage is a viral disease, quite deadly in more ways than one. However, a cosmic anomaly is the primary reason we are on this ship. I'll explain in more detail later. However, right now we need you to get prepared. I assume you remember your training? Training? Yes, for the most part. Okay, let's get you equipped then. Meanwhile, I'll review the protocols for activating your mission parameters. Please proceed through the door. Alright. Before we proceed through the door, we have to do what any good RPG player would do. Make sure there's nothing around here that they've hidden on us. Now you can hold down tab, and it will show you all of the interactable, it'll highlight all the interactable objects for you. You can see that's one of the interactive ones, but there is nothing else here, so let us go. Now, I was noticing some problems with the pathfinding, like especially with this door here. I kept having one character just getting stuck in the door frame. Early access is all I can say. Great, it looks like you can follow instructions. If the manual is correct, the lockers in this room contain your weapons and body armor, along with a few bits and bobs. Let's see. Okay, the protocol documented here states that you should equip yourselves. Got it. Let's get cracking. Time is of the essence. I'm reading through the mission protocol now, and I should be able to brief you momentarily. Fantastic. You look ready for business. Let me activate your data implants. This will only take a moment. What data implants? Good question. The manual says the team has had implants surgically applied. These implants receive and transmit data between squad members. Information is projected onto the ocular array, providing squad members with superior battlefield intelligence, communication, and rapid access to reference information. Data stored includes an active tally of on-hand equipment, mission parameters, blah blah blah. Once the implants are activated, I should be able to communicate with you discreetly through your implants. Let's see if I press this button. How's that? It burns! Yes, you will get used to it. Now there should be chests or boxes with ammunition and equipment. You should gather as much as you can carry. When you're finished, head through the next door. I'll fill you in on the details of the situation. Alright, and then our guide comes up with the inventory and character stats. So, I believe, these two are selectable, so let's select this guy. And we've got rifle ammunition and a small health pack. We'll take those. Now there's a shared inventory amongst all your characters, and then you can equip things from that, which is nice. And then I think you have a stash later on from what I read in the help menu. And over here we got pistol ammo, health pack, some machine gun ammo, and rifle ammo. All that. Now I noticed that my other characters can level up here, so what you can do is you can hit C for the character, and then this is of course my main character, which I've already done the leveling for. And you can use F2, F3, and F4 to switch between characters, or you can hit the arrows over here, so I'll just do F2. So Jenny Hugh, and they've already got some skills here, so based on their skills I'm going to try to give them the correct stuff. So she's got some first aid and some SMGs. So I believe that I should give her dexterity. All weapons type, both range and melee, so we'll do 2 there. And let's see, endurance gives you bonus hit points. She's got 37, we'll give her 41, that sounds good. Charisma is for bargains and stuff. Perception, Contributes to damage with ranged weapons. Alright, let's give her some there, since she's got ranged weapon stuff. And I think intelligence helps with, oh, maybe not. Okay. I thought maybe intelligence would help with first aid, but maybe it will. We'll give her a point in intelligence. And I guess I'll give her a point in strength just for the sake of argument. And then the one thing to remember here, and this is kind of a, I would advise the devs that there's a bit of a UI snafu here. When at this point you're kind of used to making these, increasing these numbers and stuff, but on the first, on your character, when you built your character, everything took effect immediately. Here you have to actually hit the assign button, and I did this once before off camera. I went through and put all these numbers in, and then I noticed when I came out of the menu, they still all had pluses, like I hadn't done anything, and I came back in and here, I didn't hit the actual assign button. So I would say to the dev, maybe make that work without having to hit the assign button. You know what I mean? Like, or something, or at least call out that I haven't assigned anything yet, like if I switch to another character, say. But anyway, let's hit assign there. And we'll go to the next character. So Arnold Mason. You see an armor class here, 15 and all that stuff. I don't know if it's a D20 going on under the covers. It might be, since there's armor classes up. So this might have like some kind of, there's obviously some kind of role going on under there, but whether or not it's the sort of D&D D20 system that we're used to, I'm not sure, honestly. So he's got two-handed melee and also first aid. So I will give him melee stuff. So he's definitely gonna need strength, so we'll give him 2 strength. Agility, I'll give him a bunch of agility, because that's also melee for two-handed and stuff. This helps both range and melee, so we'll give him 1 more dexterity. Endurance, we'll give him a little bit of that. And I believe maximum range, so perception is range, don't really care so much for that. Learn skills, charisma, I guess we'll give him 1 in intelligence. I would like for my characters to be able to level up as fast as possible, so I'm kind of like at least leaving 1 point for intelligence there. I know that's not the best way to do things, but that's just kind of how I like to roll. Alright, and then Sarah Raff is one-handed melee and hacking. So I would imagine intelligence would help with hacking, but I have no idea. Like, it's weird. They don't actually say here. But I'm going to give her 2 in intelligence, and we'll give her a little bit of endurance, a little bit. So, oh, here it is. Hacking computers is dexterity. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's take that down there. Dexterity, we'll give her that. She's got hacking skill. In fact, I'm going to give her 1 additional because I like to be able to hack in games. We'll give her, since she's got one-handed melee, we'll give her a little bit of agility and a little bit of strength to help both of those. Alright, and then we can also, it also says to click the portrait to edit her appearance if we want to, but I'm fine with that. There's a thought there. Okay, and then we've got equipment as well. I don't think I have any equipment to assign anyone. You can see this is where you would do it. But I think we are... There's all the ammunition and stuff in the backpack, and then our shared stash, and all that stuff. So I think we're good. We'll see. Let's move forward. Now you can pan with the WASD. Also, if you hold down the middle mouse button, if you prefer that, I think that also pans. And then right-clicking and dragging spins the view. I believe we'll trigger another thing here. Is that something I can open? No, it's not. Okay. I'm holding down tab to see if it highlights. Okay, let me start at the beginning. I realize that you may not remember why we are here. Phage is one of the reasons. A virus so insidious that it destroyed the majority of life on our planet. We had endured wars between the great houses of our world for thousands of years, climate change, plague, and starvation. We finally succumbed to a tiny invader that mutated so fast that our physicians and scientists couldn't keep up. Antigenic drift. Our immune systems would fight and lose. Most curious, the strain of the virus was different. It's as if it sought to meld with our psychology, symbiosis. Yet, it was unsuccessful, and the result was the destruction of the host. Fascinating in a way, yet horrible and deadly. The result was terrifying. The virus attached itself to our neurological system, destroying the host's brain, and yet leaving the brainstem intact. The streets of our world were filled with mindless creatures, twitching and gyrating, bodies in motion with no purpose. It attacked all mammalian life, mutating human and beast. Soon our sources of food were depleted, crops devastated, and water poisoned. Within 20 years, our planet was decimated, cities overgrown, the only remaining law, the houses. They had retreated to their shelters, euthanizing any who showed signs of disease and taking in those that could be proven immune. Grim days indeed. Immune? Yes, there were some who were immune to the phage, very few. You are immune, as am I. In fact, this ship and three others are, I believe, all that remains of humanity, hurtling towards the universe, or hurtling across the universe. We're all immune, or so we thought. What do you mean? Now I'll get to that. The result was a world with a bleak future, but we held on, and we made some progress. In fact, the houses had started to communicate again. We found ways to cultivate safe foods, water. Plans were in place to venture forth again in an attempt to recolonize. Then something tragic and final occurred. Yes? An event so improbable and rare that it was inconceivable. Speeding towards our planet, an asteroid the size of a small moon. There was only one solution left, the stars. Our scientists had long ago identified several planets revolving around nearby stars. We worked tirelessly, harvested the best ideas, and developed a plan. We are part of that plan. We built great ships, one of which you're on now, the Dauntless. One of 4 that contained the sleeping remnants of humanity. 4 giant ships speeding across space at just below the speed of light, aimed at 2 likely new home systems separated by a mere 2 light years. Both the best last solution for our people. I don't know if that sentence makes any sense. There is much more I could say, but this is not the time for an extended history lesson. It's time to discuss the here and now. Yes, explain why you woke us. You are actually a very well-hidden secret. I was not even aware of your existence. You are a member of a tactical squad whose sole purpose is to eliminate any hostile threat to our mission. That is, the mission of arriving at our destination. Very highly trained and apparently surgically and genetically modified. I had often wondered what was behind that door. Explain the threat. Yes, well, murder. That and a phage outbreak. Several of our crew members have been murdered, and others may be infected. I am locked in the bridge, and only just stumbled across information about you while searching through emergency protocols. The ship is on lockdown, and I need your help to stabilize the situation. Exactly who was murdered? 2 of my colleagues, I suspect more. I watched Emily Jensen murder Jason Taft myself while we were in the living quarters. Mayhem after that. There must be survivors. Engaging the emergency protocols has locked down the ship. Most of the cameras and communications are offline. Emily Jensen? Emily Jensen. Dr. Jensen is our lead immunologist. Her job is to check samples from the fluidic chambers to analyze viral stasis and immune system stability. She works with our team to troubleshoot issues related to long-term cryosuspension and physical degradation. Unlike you and me, the 125,000 residents of this ship are suspended in fluidic chambers, a safer and much more stable form of deep sleep. Jason Taft? Jason Taft was the systems engineer. Well, one of 2 systems engineers. You see, we take shifts. Every 200 years, 2 shifts wake up to caretake, monitor the sleepers, as we call them. Our journey is a total of around 10,000 years near the speed of light, 1,000 years of acceleration, 8,000 years travel time, and 1,000 years of deceleration. I'll age 34 years by the time we reach our destination. So why did Dr. Jensen murder Jason Taft? That's a very good question and complicated. You see, they greatly disagreed on the nature of a discovery we had made recently. They had never gotten along, oil and water. She is dangerous, and you should not hesitate to put her down. Put her down? Is that our mission? Yes, that and rescue any other team members that may be alive. We need the situation stabilized immediately. We cannot continue with our mission and revive replacement crew members until this situation is resolved. Your first mission is to restore power to the elevators. You will find an engineering terminal near each of the 4 core reactor nodes on this level. Manually override the emergency protocols of all 4 engineering stations. Following that, terminate Emily Jensen. I'll be in touch. We will, roger that. Elevator first and then Emily Jensen. But now focus on the mission at hand. We must first find her for the safety of the rest of the crew. Will do. I've added a mission entry into your log. You can reference the details of your mission as needed. Let's get that lift online. Alright, new mission, override elevator lockouts. So, is there anything up here? That is escape pods. Okay, so that's not the way they want me to go, I would imagine. Although that is really the way I would rather go. Okay, we can interact with these. These must be the engineering stations Dr. Ramos mentioned. Okay. Alright, and then these 2 over here, I guess. Also, that box has something in it. More ammunition. They're giving me lots of ammunition, which tells me we're going to have some fighting going on here. Elevator is now active. Wonderful. Now proceed to the elevator. The override has unlocked the doors just ahead of you. When you get there, take the elevator down to the crew deck. You won't be able to get to the vats. The entry deck is locked down. I'm not sure what the problem is, but we can deal with it when we have more information. Vats? Yes, the vats are large fluidic suspension containers. The remnants of the human race are sealed in these containment chambers in deep, stable cryosleep. Each vat contains just over 260 human beings. There's a total of 8 vats per module and 60 modules on the ship. You can do the math. Okay. And nothing to interact with there. Okay. Fine. Oh, we got a dead guy over here. Wait, my God, is that? Yes, I think it is. This is very bad. The viral symptoms are greatly accelerated over previous iterations. You must be very careful. What exactly is the problem? One of my colleagues, Kelly Masters, seems to have acquired the virus, phage. I can see her just around the corner on my monitor. She seems to have acquired a taste for flesh. Oh boy, zombies. Horrific. An advanced symptom of the phage. Usually symptoms like this take many months to manifest. A truly grisly sight. I'm quite shaken up. What are the symptoms of the phage? The infected become non-responsive after a high fever. The virus begins to change the physiology of the person it infects, rapidly necrotizing the skin, especially areas exposed to the air. Internally, it slows the heart, changes the way the blood distributes oxygen and glucose, and destroys the high-level functions of the brain. The virus attacks the cells and reorganizes the way they utilize food energy. The infected develop an appetite for protein, which then seems to be their primary physiological drive. The entire process could take over 8 months to play out. I see. What do you recommend? You must be very careful. At this stage, the infected will attack anyone not infected or in the early stages of phage infection on site. They are fast, strong, and relentless. You must terminate Kelly Masters immediately. I am terribly concerned. There seems to be a body in the corridor, and I cannot make out who it is. Once you terminate Dr. Masters, please search the body for any evidence that could identify it. I cannot believe how quickly Kelly's infection has advanced. Is the virus airborne? Should we be concerned? No, the virus is not airborne. At least, I don't think it is. Oh, great. You should be immune, but Dr. Masters, she was also immune. You, however, have the advantage of a genetically modified metabolism. You were born with a hard-coded immune response to viruses, basically immune to all viral disease. Quite amazing. You are a weapon designed to destroy phage, so unless the phage has developed more than accelerated pathogenesis, you should be safe. I, however, will remain where I am. Great. Combat. Combat begins when you see an enemy target. When an enemy target sees you, the yellow bar displays a preview of the remaining action points based on the distance of your intended movement. Blah, blah, blah. Uses a line of sight system, and an enemy is not directly in a team member's line of sight. It is not visible. You can take cover behind any item in the game environment that blocks an enemy's line of sight. You can toggle crouch and stand with the toolbar icon or by pressing the V key. Crouching gives you a bonus to hit with ranged weapons. You can rotate your team member in any direction by selecting the rotate icon from the toolbar. Just select the icon and left click anywhere in the environment. Okay. Oh, there they are. Okay, so we can see what our AP is. So she's the first one. Let's have her come around here. That's 2 AP. And then toggle combat, stand, crouch. Select enter turn. Select again, exit turn mode. Alright, so I guess I just do this. Not enough AP. What? Oh. Needs. Okay, that's weird. I was like, attack, and she didn't attack. So I don't know if I somehow did that wrong. Maybe I had to right click. That's weird. That's very weird. Okay. Play and enter options. Okay.
Let's do this.
That's weird. Alright, do that. Okay, why is that not working? Clearly I'm missing something here. Okay, so it is left click, it's just I didn't have enough AP to do it. Very strange. Alright, and your turn. Okay. I don't know why. Alright. Oh, I guess I don't have guns. That's what's going on. I mean, this guy's got a gun, but nobody else does, apparently. Oh yeah, here we go. Got a sledgehammer. Reload weapon, switch weapon. Is there not another? Yeah, I don't know why I would not be using guns here. Get the torso shot. She's almost dead. Enough AP though. Okay, do I have another weapon besides that katana? Yeah, I was like, oof. Raised. And dead. Well done. Dr. Masters was a truly gifted person in life. We worked together closely before the start of the mission. I'm not sure what to say. I'm truly sorry. Thank you. Nothing to be done other than to save anyone left alive. Let's move on. Please proceed to the elevator and the crew quarters deck. Okay, let's check out this guy first. Got a data card and an ID badge. Let's take those. What a fate. I hope he didn't suffer. Marty was one of several engineers on our shift. Very nice guy. Kept the ship running. We played cards a few times a week on the crew deck. I'll see that he gets a proper ceremony when this is over. And we got a box here. Some ammo and a worn harmonic containment flask. Okay. It's just a treasure to be sold. I assume this is the elevator. Yep, alright. Crew deck. I gotta get used to the combat. It's not what I'm used to. I'm like used to, like, with turn-based combat, I'm used to, like, right-clicking to attack and stuff, and this one is kind of, sometimes it's not. I don't know, it's a little bit, throwing me for a loop a little bit. You're now on the crew deck. This is the primary living and working area, split into 2 wings. I don't have control over any of the systems, so I won't be able to track you or even communicate with you once you leave the lobby. You'll be on your own. I'm sure the labs are locked down since there are volatile chemicals and bio-waste. Parts of the living quarters may also be locked down according to the information I have available. Biowaste. Samples of tissue and fluids collected from colonists. We sample a cross-section of population regularly to ensure their safety. Colonists? Yes, the passengers in the vets. Some call them sleepers. We analyze data and sample each shift. How do we gain access to the labs? I think a check of the living quarters is in order. We need to identify any survivors and terminate any of the infected if there are any. I am detecting life signs in the labs and crew quarters. You should take care and do not hesitate to terminate any infected you come across. I'll put some thought into how we can gain entry to the lab wing. If I have any ideas, I'll be in touch if comms are available. Living quarters are directly ahead of you through the doors, and the research lab is just past the living area. Okay, sounds good. Remember, if you come across Dr. Jensen, you should terminate her on sight. She's highly volatile. Well, he's really on about terminating her, eh? Alright, well, let's go up this way and see what we see. Or not. Okay. Some rifle ammo, I guess. Okay, go down this way. I can indeed. Alright, is that interactable? Yes, it is. Rare, cut and rare, redoubts, personal shields. Is it better? It's better against kinetic, electromagnetic, explosive. Charges 9. So, a point of that would do well here. I like that there's a comparison. It's very good. I would. I've played a couple MMOs now, and there's two that stand out on me that do this loot stuff really well. Both Neverwinter and Star Wars: The Old Republic. If you look at those, when you look at any item, it'll give you the comparison, just like you're given here, but it will show in red. The bottom line underneath everything on the one that you're looking at, or the one that is in the one that's in either your how can I say this? The one that's not equipped, right? It will say under the bottom line, it'll show like +6 to the stat, -1 to the stat, +6 to the stat, -1 to the stat, and all that stuff. And it makes comparing stuff super easy. If possible, it would be nice to have something like that here, because I've played like Borderlands and stuff like that, and one of the problems I've always had with something with a looter shooter like Borderlands and some of the old school RPGs is that you kind of have to look one line at a time and be like, okay, that one's a little bit better on this line, this one's a little bit better on that line, all that stuff. And it takes you a while to kind of, you have to kind of scan with your eyes. It's nice to be able to just have that one blurb to look at and go, here's exactly what stats are positive and here's exactly what stats are negative. It's really nice that way. And some RPGs will do it where it's there's like an arrow going up, green arrow going up, or green arrow or red arrow going down, and stuff like that. That's cool too, but I really do like the way, as I mentioned, the two games I mentioned do it, where it's just like there's just like a section under the non-equipped one. It's just like, here's everything at a glance. It works out really well. But anyway, this is also a blue versus a white, so obviously it's going to be better than what we have. So we'll just take those. Let's go look at our inventory, and we are going to equip this, I hope. Can I shift click to move items to stash, alt click to mark items for sale? Oh, you can mark them for sale. Huh. Interesting. I have to drag it to equip it. That kind of sucks. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. It's early access. What are you going to do? Cool. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll click this to mark it for sale, since that's actually nice. It's nice to be able to mark things for sale, so when you go somewhere you just say sell all marked items. That's really nice. That's a really nice quality of life thing. I appreciate that greatly. I guess we'll go this way. Maybe? Or maybe not. Okay. Oh, there's the pathfinding problem I was talking about. Let's come over here. Come down this way. Does this door open? No. All right. So be it. Go back this way then. And over this way. Oh, and immediately we are into combat. Jason Taft. Okay. Stand, crouch, turn. So, where can we move to? Ooh, this is a problem. She can't move through the door because he's in the way. Ooh, that. I don't like that. Not a fan. Okay, there. Now it's going. But I can only get her so far there. She does not have a shot at all either. Okay, well, we'll just come over here then as far as we can go. Blocked. Why is that blocked?
Let's do this.
Yeah, they're gonna have to work on this. I understand the you know, the need to have your other characters in your party be physical objects that you have to maneuver around, but I would highly recommend you, when moving and stuff, you don't have them be physical blockers. It always causes a problem. In every game where this has been a thing, it has always caused a problem. So, like, and honestly, in real life, I've seen games where, like, I'm trying to think of the name of it, but I can't think of the name of it right now. But I've seen games where you can keep moving forward through your party. It's just that as your character moves through the party, they'll kind of push the other party members aside a little bit and just kind of move through, and then the party members will move back to where they were standing. You know, like, that's kind of more realistic than trying to say, well, your characters are now giant pillars that you now have to maneuver around. It's not a great idea, in my humble opinion. Let's come over here. Does he have a shot? He does have a shot. Let's do this. Sure, let's take his main. Oh, not enough AP. Alright, let's go there. And let me turn you to this way. Thank you. Wow, you drew the. He drew all the aggro. That's weird. Alright. Torso shots. We're grazing them. Not enough AP. Alright, that's fine. We'll move to the next person. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Does he have anything on him? No, he doesn't. Okay. Nothing over here either, huh? I'm hitting tab, but there's nothing to interact with there. Okay, that's fine. What does that say there? Medical bay, laboratory, and cryo chambers. Okay. Can I go through this door? I can, and I'm immediately into combat. Well, it was nice of him to just walk in front of the door for me. That was nice. This is Sarah Benz. I like that all the zombies we're encountering have actual, like, names from the lore here. Move you over here now. Go that way. Cool. You don't have a shot at all, huh? Interesting. Yeah, you don't have a very long. I wish it would tell me when you're actually in range to shoot somebody. Oh, there it is. Now it's telling me. And, okay. Have to be patient, that's all. Okay, I see what's going on. Alright, so just move you slightly over this way. And then we'll go... Oh, you still don't really have a shot. I mean, you got line of sight, but you don't have a shot. That's... I wonder if that changes to, like, a different color when you actually have a shot on them. No, it doesn't. Okay. That might be something they want to look at. Like, make that line of sight thing be green or something when you actually have a shot on your currently equipped weapon or something. But, yeah, just spitballing. Just spitballing here. Missing big time. There's a shot though. That bastard's down. So let's come this way a little bit. Get in the threshold anyway. Let's see what we're doing. I know that there's going to be a lot of yelling at me because I changed all my characters, even my melee characters, to use guns, and I'm shooting from range even when they're not good range. I get it, but I'm trying to also not have them get injured. You know what I mean? So, sorry. I appreciate where you're coming from though, and I understand. I understand the pain I'm causing. See, now you can't move anywhere. That's just not... I don't like that. I really don't like that. Like, why can't I tell my guy to just kind of move out of the way a little bit and have him come down there? That's just... Now I gotta burn... the single attack and combat. Alright. Yeah, now everybody's blocked now. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm really not a fan of that. Come on, I said move, goddammit. Jesus. How many times I gotta tell you to freaking move? Okay. What we can do there. Alright, he's down. Okay, so they should start to heal up on their own there. Yeah, very good. Crew quarters, perhaps we will find something here. I didn't... survivors here. There it is, down there. We certainly found somebody here. That person's not a survivor, that's for sure. There's nothing to interact with either. Oh, bummer. Oh, there's something. Log updated. Marty Devereaux. New log entry. How do I do log? L? Yep. Marty Devereaux. It's amazing this ship has held together for so long. 7,000 years now. We knew that when we set out, other than catastrophic failure, the exterior hull would last forever in space without oxidation. Not to say the ship is in great shape. After all, these things were welded together in a hurry with whatever materials we could push into a stable orbit. They tried to make it nice. Paintings, furniture, vending machines. The truth is, it's a box and a rickety one at that. Kelly is really freaking me out. This morning when I entered the lab, Kelly was standing over the incinerator. She had this look on her face like someone had just died. Really strange. When I greeted her, she just gave me this weird smile and said everything was going to be okay. I'm not sure what the problem is, but I'm going to report this to Dr. Jensen. It's amazing this ship is held together for so long. Oh, I already read that one. Okay. Cool. Sure. That's fine. Nothing else to interact with in here, huh? Okay. About these crew quarters. Oh, there's a dude here. Hey, dude. How you doing? Roger Crayson. A man is standing near the doorway. He looks unkempt and a bit surprised. Who the hell are you? Where'd you come from? And where'd you get the weapons? I heard you take out David and Sarah. Thank you. Emergency response team. Confusion and surprise are replaced with hope. The man's posture seems a bit more relaxed as the sudden realization that he's been rescued settles in. Unbelievable. Fully equipped and armed to the teeth, it seems you could be useful. Useful? Useful in the sense that you took out those shamblers, once my friends. Gods, what's next? This 1 second we were sitting there having a peaceful game of cards, and next, well, 2 of my colleagues dead? Sort of. I wonder what other secrets this senior crew are hiding. Your colleagues? Yes, David and Sarah. Not much left of either now, thanks to you. I should thank you, though. That seems odd, considering they were my friends. I've been locked in here for days, listening to them shuffle around, mumbling nonsense. I'm not right. Don't hurt them. On and on. I tried accessing this terminal to see if I could communicate with the rest of the crew. No luck. The systems are locked down behind some very heavy security. I'm lucky David kept a stash of water and snacks in this room for the weekly card games, or I'd be a goner. I must say that I'm a bit tired of pissing in the bottle. So thank you. What now? Do you know if anyone else is alive? Nah, I did hear some banging from down the hall 2 days ago, but that was likely my shambler buddies. If anyone was alive, they're in pretty bad shape at this point. Anything you can tell me about the situation? Okay, shoot. That's not how you answer that question. The labs are locked. How do you know how I can get in? Right. Well, I might be able to bypass the wiring, but considering how well things are locked down, I can't guarantee that's going to work. I do have an idea, but you're going to need to do the legwork. I'm staying here until this is all resolved. What's your plan? Roger Crayson smiles and shifts his position slightly. Before all this, I was pretty good at hacking security systems. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade and a hobbyist hacker by night. In my nightstand in my room, you'll find a hacking tool. This device will let you hack most doors, locked crates, things like that. It doesn't work on computers. For that, you need an injector. I had one, but I broke it a few shifts ago. Couldn't find a way to fix it. Got it. Hacking tool in your room. Yes, and bring it back to me. I'll calibrate it for you. With a little skill, you should be able to bypass the lab security panel and gain access. Hurry back. I'm getting hungry, and Emma's corpse smells terrible. My room is next door. The key code is 3782. Okay. Anything else to access here? Nope. Alright, we'll access his door. Alright, 3782. Excellent. We got a chest here. A hacking tool and rifle ammunition. And also this thing here with a basic Aerolon pistol extended mag. Ooh. Extended mag, you say? Where's my standard issue pistol? Does anybody have just the standard issue pistol? SMG. Rifle. You do. And you've got your iron sledgehammer for some reason. And you've got a knife and a standard issue rifle. Okay, so for you, sir, you will get the extended mag. Can I just... Secondary weapon. Mod slot not available. Alright, well, we'll hang on to that then. Also, let's check this other room here, if we can. An RPG, check all the things. Oh, here's something to interact with. Log update. New entry. Emma Hofstede. Data. Emma. My poor plants. This is the third time I've woken up to find one of my plants died. How could Jenny do this? All I need is light, water, and some fertilizer. I think she's just trying to hurt me. This was my favorite plant. Seeds taken from my own garden. Expect them to die out during the long intermediary cryo suspensions, but not during our regular shifts. Alright, there. Alright, that's anything else. Is there another one over here? There is. Indeed. Nothing to interact with, though. Oh. Oh god, there was a guy in here. Oh, I was like, what is going on? Damn. Oh, there's two guys in here. Okay, player turn. Let's do, or so. Okay, click to deploy disarm grenades, med kit. We're okay with that. Let's defend. Shoot this guy. Ernie Matthews here. Alright, you'll defend. You have a melee weapon? You do. Alright, get this guy out. Damn! Damn! Alright. And... can I get into a weapon range here? Or have I now blocked? Have I now blocked everybody? Now, here we go. Not enough AP, alright. Defend. Candace, this is Candace Welford. Enough AP. Damn, he's down. Guess I should have been seeing that his health was bad. Alright, he's getting back up again though. I assume they're going to tend to his wounds. Yeah, there they go. They're tending to them now. The green bar is what? SP. Oh, like spell points, I guess. And blue is something else. There's SP and EP. I don't know which one is which. I know the EP is blue, but I don't know what the... I guess special points is not spell points, but you know. Data resonator. Okay. Take those. And this backpack as well. Weathered micro camera. Anything else in here? No, doesn't look like it. Alright, we'll go back to this guy. Give him our stuff. Roger grins, snatching the hacking tool from your hand. Alright, you found it. Yes, it was right where you said it would be. Okay, let's calibrate it. This will only take a moment. There you go, all set. You should be able to access the labs using the tool. Calibrated to bypass the door security. However, it's going to leave a log entry with your data in it. I assume that won't be a problem. That should be fine, thank you. Great, be sure to drop by when this is all resolved. David left behind a nice bottle of Rookski here. I like to toast him and you when this is done. Meanwhile, I'm going to stay in his room and watch a few signs. Hacking and log. Okay. Each of your team members has 3 device slots that can be used for all manner of devices. In order to hack keypads on doors, chests, and lockers, a hacking tool must be equipped in one of those device slots. Currently, select a team member has a hacking tool equipped in their device slot. When hacking an object that can be hacked, the keypad pop-up screen that appears will include hack and auto-hack options. Okay, let's get out here and get our inventory together then. I believe she's our hacker, right? If I remember correctly. Wait, F2. I think. Where's the explosive bleeding? Wait, how do I see character? No, okay, Sarah is our hacker. Okay. So we'll get her equipment. We'll get her the hacking tool. I guess that goes into this slot. Yep, alright. That's the 3 device slots. Just pay a fair price for this. Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. Stun grenade. Alright, so I think we're good there. Now here, and see if we can get into the cryo lab now. I think, okay, she is selected. Alright, I was wondering about that. Alright, hack. 3 0 3 2. That's a good way of doing the hack, and I like that there's an auto hack too. But I like that they did the hacking that way, where it's like you just have a timer to try to hit the number correctly. All right, I should have my guy up front actually. Dr. Emily Jensen, can you hear me? Hello? Yes, who is this? My name is Emily Jensen. Thank gods this worked. I was notified when you hacked the lab lock. Dr. Ramus locked out your cryo systems and data implants. I feared I wouldn't be able to contact you. Hacking the door provided me with your comm channel. You must listen carefully. You are being deceived. What do you mean deceived? Dr. Ramus is not who you think he is. I believe he's lost his mind. Either that or he's always been a functional psychopath. The events that led to this emergency are mostly brought about by experiments he's been doing on the sleepers. Experiments? Yes, he's been conducting unsanctioned experiments on the tissue of a number of the sleepers, in particular sleepers in Vat Bay 1C, the closest bay to the labs. What kind of experiments? It appears he's been tampering with the genetic structure of the phage and injecting the virus into a number of the sleepers, gathering regular tissue samples. Normally, tampering with a sleeper in any way triggers an alert. Dr. Ramus bypassed those security alerts and conducted experiments over the course of 5 or 6 shifts. None of us had any idea. How did you find out about it? Several weeks ago, I went into the medical bay late in the evening to get a sleep aid. I'd been feeling a bit under the weather. I bumped into Dr. Ramus as he was leaving. He was in a hurry, and I thought it was a bit odd that he didn't acknowledge me. I noticed a few drops of blood on the counter and took a sample. I don't know what prompted me to do this, but Dr. Ramus has always been a bit creepy. I gave the sample to Kelly Masters to run a few tests. Kelly cornered me the afternoon the next day and insisted she meet me later that evening in the lab when everyone was off shift. I spent the entire evening analyzing the sample. It was phage, but unlike anything we'd ever seen before. Kelly incinerated the sample the next morning, and we resolved to find out what Dr. Ramus was doing. Can we talk about something else? Sure. What do you mean mostly brought about by his experiments? Yes, well, I was the one who triggered the lockdown. After discovering what Dr. Ramus was doing to the phage virus and after reviewing the results of his handiwork, I locked myself in my room. Since I am the senior scientist, I have access to our emergency protocols. I triggered the lockdown and interrupted your cryo sleep. Experiments? Yes, he's been conducting unsanctioned experiments on the tissue of a number of sleepers. Yeah, I got that already. Only Vet Bay 1, none of the others? Well, the DNA matches sleeper in that bay, so I'm only assuming. None of us had time to inspect the chamber. I do see references in the logs that 12 sleepers were extracted from the vat in that bay. No other bays seem to be tampered with. Okay. If we are to believe you, what do you want us to do? Right, I'm not sure what Dr. Ramus told you. so I won't blame you for being suspicious. Please collect a sample from one of the victims. Take the sample to the lab and process it. I'll be able to access the results from my terminal in my room. Please take the sample to the lab and place it in the analysis chamber. Dr. Ramus mentioned you murdered Jason Taft. Pretty sure I didn't murder Jason. He's been wandering around outside my room for days now, moaning and uttering mindless babble. He's infected. I'm just glad he can't get through the metal bulkhead. Right, well, that settles that. It's another example of Dr. Ramus' odd behavior. I'm not sure what he's getting at by blaming me for Jason's murder, but I can only assume he's trying to manipulate you. Please hurry. I fear for the rest of the crew. Well, other than Roger Grayson, the rest are dead so far. Oh my, I've been hearing noises and I know Kelly was infected. I saw it happen. I'd been hopeful. This is terrible news. Please hurry. We were all scheduled to re-enter cryo in 12 hours. If the second shift wakes, there's no telling what will happen. Okay. There's the laboratory. Yeah, I figured there would be a battle here. Majory and Jerry Keller. Okay. I can't get through the door, really. Come on, game. This is annoying. This is really super annoying, game. Come on, why won't you click? Come on, click. Oh, come on with this nonsense. Jesus. I hate that. I so hate that. I hope they change this where your characters don't block the whole door. Especially when you try to open a door. In order to open a door, you gotta walk basically inside the door jam here. It's really ridiculous. This is so super ridiculous. I sound angry is because this game's really good so far, and this is like a glaring mistake that, like, oh, there's my skill with rifles, that I can't believe they haven't caught yet. Like, this is like really big time mistake. Let's go through there and torso shut. Oh, that's right. He's still got his. Oh, I meant to switch him over to something else, but I forgot. That's on me. Skill with rifles has improved. Wow, I'm right next to the guy and couldn't shoot him in the head. That is a little bit. That's a little bit weird. That guy's down for counts. Good there. I guess we're gonna take this guy straight on here. Critical hit. Alright, defend yourself. This guy, if we can. Well, that was that was a thing. Take all of that. You have a tissue sample now. Place it in the analysis chamber. Okay. Which is over here, apparently. Place the sample in the analysis chamber. Great, the analysis has started. It should take 20 minutes or so to process. I've been thinking. I know where Dr. Ramus keeps his logs. I've seen him entering data in a few different notebooks. It may help us understand what he's been doing if we can read through them. I've unlocked his room using my security clearance from my terminal. You can find the room in crew quarters B, directly across from my room. Okay, we'll look for his log. Also, could you do me a favor and check the cryo bays and the rest of the deck? I'd like you to check all areas carefully, make sure that none of my colleagues are infected. If they are, well, you know what to do. If any others have survived, tell them to stay behind locked doors. Let them know we are working to resolve the emergency. The next shift wakes up, the last thing they need is to be confronted by infected while they're laying in their cryo bays helpless. If that happens, the mission could be over. We won't have enough staff to carry out our duties. Agreed, we'll make sure the area is clear. Thank you. So to recap, retrieve the logs, clear the deck. Come see me once those tasks are completed. Alright, friends. I think... I'm looking to see if there's anything else to interact with here, and there isn't. Okay. I think we're going to stop there. I think you get a good idea of what this game has in store for you. And we've still got a ways to go yet before we can get into anything. I feel kind of bad because I know I would like for myself to see the space combat and stuff, or at least see the space sequences anyway. But yeah, we're a ways off from that. It feels like. But yeah, let's get back to the main menu. I guess I might as well save my game. Sure. Save that. Take a little bit of time there. All right, main menu. So this, my friends, has been Stellar Tactics. We get back to the main menu. Not sure why it has to load for so long just for the main menu, but there you go. There it is. Excellent. This, my friends, has been Stellar Tactics Prologue. It is by Maverick Games and is in early access on Steam. Currently, it is $20 US. I would say well worth the price. Again, it's early access, so there's a lot of stuff that is not well, there's a lot of bugs yet, so there's some pathfinding issues. There's, I think, some quality of life things that need a little bit of addressing. But it's really good as it stands right now, and as you can see, it's quite extensive right now. So we'll see what we can see as we go along. But in any event, I will, as always, leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.